Prajakta Kohli.
Because she lives very far away. Long distance.
Mithila as a girlfriend would be.
The best. Amazing.
Is Mithila Palkar single?
1, 2, 3, yeah!
Welcome guys. Today we have with us the girl we all fell in love with after Little Things, a great actor and the biggest biryani monster ever, Mithila Palkar. She's been waiting. This show is all about Gen Zs and their thinking and all their slangs. But पहले मैं ये जानना चाहती हूँ, how much of a Gen Z are you? So tell me, do you know what a talking stage means?
I'm guessing it's this stage of dating ना कि हम बातें कर रहे हैं फिर इसके आगे the next step and I'm guessing.
Relationship से पहले but मिलने के बाद कि आज अगर आप मुझे पसंद आ गए तो हम थोड़ा we'll figure out, हम छोड़ना भी नहीं
तो फिर
चाहते.
situationship क्या होती है?
वो talking stage के बाद आती है.
Oh. Every day is a new day.
Every day is a new day. The talking stage is when you're just talking and trying to figure out कि situationship में जाना है कि नहीं जाना.
Ah, okay, makes sense.
What does cuffing season mean?
What? Cuffing season का मैं कुछ assumption दे सकती हूँ. It's like I'm guessing locking onto anyone. Like situationship के बाद वाला लेकिन relationship के पहले वाला.
It's basically people looking out for people for short term relationships. Talking stage से भी पहले का but short term चाहिए उन्हें relationship भी आएंगे नहीं आएंगे ये नहीं पता.
Wow!
मैं यहाँ पे सीखने आऊँगी रोज देखूंगी talking stage ताकि मैं सीख लूँ.
Winters में होता है पता है और ये ज़्यादा.
अच्छा ये seasonal भी है?
ये seasonal भी है और ये मैं भी I'll be honest ये मुझे आज पता लगा है.
So like a hookup season I'm guessing.
मुझसे hookup तो कर ले.
Anyway, the next one. Face card never declined.
Face card never declined.
Declined.
Like you swiped right on it.
Basically, you're beautiful, you were beautiful and you will always be. Your face card can never. So you can upload a picture and say
Thanks.
face card never declined.
मैं बस ये कहना चाहती हूँ कि इस कैमरा के पीछे जो कोई भी बैठा है किसी को इसके आंसर्स नहीं आ रहे. Everybody is looking at each other going,
Really? क्या word है?
Oh my God, is that right? So I'm not the only one. I'm just making it clear.
Era.
You too. It's like that. I mean, I've seen people use it. I've read like hot girl era and cute girl era.
You got it. A face. Bingo card. Very easy.
Bingo card. So like you meet someone and you know this is it. Like that.
Like, मतलब you expected. It was expected. I knew it was going to happen. I told you. It can be for anything. It can be a situation or person.
But
आजकल तो Gen Z क्या करते हैं ये जो photos upload करते हैं तो they are trolled also. So what is your take on this trolling that happens? Does it have an impact on your mental health? How do you deal with it?
I feel like it's very easy to say things to people when you don't have a face. In the sense that like you're not in front of anyone and you don't know the person really. So it is easier to like say whatever you want to. It is as true as it is for trollers. It's true for like people who want to express their feelings also. I think. You know, like it's always easier on text. I mean, it's really what you make of it, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want to trivialize it and say that oh, I'm just it's okay, it happens and
फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
फर्क नहीं पड़ता क्योंकि पड़ता है. सच्चाई तो यही है. Because hate is rampant on the internet, but for every 2 hate comments there will be 15 good comments, and I think it's very important to focus on those. Most recent one that actually stayed with me. Very few like hate comments stay with me. But the recent one was Mithila Palkar ने ऐसा क्या कर लिया है कि जो actually जो hard working talented लोग हैं इन लोगों की वजह से उनको they are not getting their due.
ये वो लोग होंगे जिनके 0 post, 0 followers और हजारों की उसमें इनके following होंगे, हजारों profiles पे जाके लिखते होंगे.
नहीं, I don't remember the profile very much. But obviously the person's photo wasn't on it and the name wasn't on it. But मुझे follow नहीं कर रहे थे.
अरे
कैसे कैसे लोग रहते हैं यार यहाँ पर.
During the pandemic, I remember there was this one person who would comment on every post of mine, and because it was so regular, I started noticing it. Probably it's one of the few times that I've actually indulged, and I said, what is it that motivates you to wake up every morning and say, oh, today I'm going to just spew hate on someone? And that person then eventually deleted the comment and then stopped posting. There are some people who have said, अच्छा मैं बस अटेंशन के लिए कर रहा था.
हाँ पता है रिप्लाई अगर कोई एक्टर कर देगा ना, अरे मैम आपका हमें एक रिप्लाई चाहिए था, अब तो हो गया.
पर कुछ पॉजिटिव बोल दो ना तो रिप्लाई शायद ज़्यादा जल्दी मिले. To answer your question, yes, it does take a toll on your mental health because we become target very easy target for everybody, right? The minute you're in the public eye, if it's not constructive criticism, then I can push back on it.
Have you heard comments like these for you? कि यार curly hair आप straight करके देखो. People who are trying to change your look. What's your take on that?
It's happened with me in college, but it's not about like nobody forced me to actually straighten my hair. I was told once by a curly-haired girl only that I straightened my hair and I really enjoyed the look. Do you want to try it?
Curly-haired girls ने कभी-कभी ना बहुत कम girls ऐसी में देखी, but they're not confident about having curly hair. Maybe because it's not that accepted as a parameter of beauty.
That's actually a very new piece of information because मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि most of the people who have curly hair and are straightening them is because it's easier to maintain straighter hair than it is to maintain curly hair. So that's the environment I've grown up in. So I have also damaged my hair by using clothing iron on my hair. All of that I've done. But I have not been trolled for my hair. I've been trolled for my face. There is somebody who has actually told me that, oh, your face is a little lopsided.
This is new for me.
I'm serious. Face is a little lopsided. Like your whichever side they thought was chubbier than the other. So you'll have to cut it. And
कौन है ये लोग? कहाँ से आते हैं?
Such a mean thing to say, guys.
Yes, please don't say these things. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say. It's the best solution.
अभी आप मुझे पिंकी प्रॉमिस करो, which is our first game. आप जो जवाब दोगे वो सच दोगे, otherwise आप एक शॉट पियोगे.
Oh, okay.
This is not alcohol. These are aloe vera juice. So I'll ask you the first question. A recent film that you found overrated.
If I don't want to answer it, I take this one.
Yeah.
मुझे काम करना है ना इस इंडस्ट्री में.
Go ahead, drink. I'll be nice to you. If you answer, then I'll take a shot.
That's still on me.
A role you think you could have done better.
I still think I can do better in because it was my first show. So Girl in the City. ऐसी शक्ल मैंने तो पता नहीं क्या दे दिया है.
क्योंकि मैं आपको पता है क्यों. One thing you cannot stand at industry parties.
That they start after my bedtime.
What is your bedtime?
10:30 max.
भाग रही थी वैसे.
Very चालाक.
Next time we are doing fruity. Malika Dua or Prajakta Kohli, the first person you'd call in case of an emergency.
Prajakta, because she's here also.
भाई सही नहीं हो रहा है.
Also, Malika also knows this. Like, it's not like, oh, it's not one over the other. They know what I'll call whom for.
Is Mithila Palkar single?
Yes. Didn't even wait for you to finish that sentence.
Okay, we'll move on to the next
Okay,
segment
सवाल
quickly. मैं खत्म कर रही हूँ, मैं नहीं पी सकती और.
She's
You
confident
aced
that
it. You aced it. क्योंकि ये तो clearly आपने मेरी तरफ डाल दिया है. Guys, please comment more difficult questions so that our guests end up drinking and not the host. I want to know one take on dating. The question is, how is dating different from like the millennial times versus the 20-year-olds now?
Yeah, to be honest, I wouldn't know. And this could be my perception of it and I could totally be wrong. So whatever my perception of it is that they're a lot bolder and out there in that sense. कि वो डर खौफ नहीं है कि पता नहीं क्या बोलेगा क्या कहेगा वो सब नहीं है. I don't think personally I ever had it. I am still quite shy about the concept. I'm like, I don't know how you guys do it. That is like I feel like that's something to learn from. कि अच्छा कोई person है बोल दो. And I have actually not been the kind of person who will be secretive about it, but I will not be like, अच्छा let's go on many dates and figure it out. हाँ.
So at this point, I would request everybody to comment your love story and tell us how did you approach somebody, or are you wanting to approach somebody and you've not? What is your fond memory from Karwan with Irrfan Khan that makes you smile?
One of my fondest memories is that I am somebody who keeps singing all the time. And I used to sing really random, like my playlist can go from 60s, 70s, 80s to like latest, anything. So he used to call me बिना का गीत माला, जो अमीन सयानी जी का शो हुआ करता था, वो उसका नाम था बिना का गीत माला. So वो मुझे बिना का गीत माला बुलाते थे और एक दिन सेट पे I was called a little later than them. I remember Akash telling me that he was asking बिना का गीत माला नहीं आई आज. So that really put a smile.
So cute. Also, I'd like to ask, how was it working with Dulquer Salmaan?
Oh, very fun actually. I mean, he is the superstar that he is, and he knows this already, so I can say it that I had not watched his work. I watched a lot of his films after we started working, but this is what I say about him, that if I did not know how big he is, I would have never known, because he's that humble, he's that chill.
He also like has a Zen mode on all the time.
Yeah, and he's very Zen mode, meaning like he's very chill. Like he's not reclusive. For the lack of a better description, normal.
So we'll move on to the second segment called Meme Check, where I'll show you memes that are on social media about you or your role.
Okay.
And I need your reactions on them. What do you think of them?
सनलाइट, मूनलाइट, चांद, गुलकंद, रौनक, नूर और अनार का रस, जूस का रस, मतलब ऐसा कहीं चेहरा से, मतलब ये एक मिनट रुको, तुम खुद देखो, खुद नहीं, तुम खुद देख, मैं ये नहीं कह रहा, तुम मेरी बात मानो, तुम खुद देखो ना, फैसला तुम करो, इसे कहते हैं रौनक.
It's very sweet.
I'm fine. I told you now I'm fine. I'm fine.
This is one of my favorite videos I've done it through. It is actually one of the first videos that went viral, and then we followed it up with something else. But this is
You're the relatable girlfriend on social media. All your memes.
I'm told.
Can you sing these iconic dialogues? एक चुटकी सिंदूर की कीमत तुम क्या जानो रमेश बाबू.
एक चुटकी सिंदूर की कीमत तुम क्या जानो रमेश बाबू, धुन पाना दिन.
Our business is our business, none of your business.
ये कैसे गाऊं यार?
Our business is our business. None of your business.
हमारी छोरियां छोरों से कम है कि
छोरियां छोरों से कम है कि बापू से हट के लिए तू तो हानि.
Being a girl, I'll ask you a girl-to-girl question कि shoots में ना हमारे बहुत ही अजीब timeline होते हैं. It's never a 9 to 5 or a 11 to 6. Did you ever feel unsafe?
I have not felt unsafe anywhere. Like I have managed to end up on sets where like there were people who are sensitive about you, they are sensitive of your presence, and they will be there for you if you need them to be. And that could be anyone, like it could be anybody from your team. I generally end up making friends very fast, so that helped. And I do understand that I'm saying that I speak from a place of privilege, but I have never felt.
You worked with Kajol, Abhay Deol, Irrfan Khan. You said that I was the younger one, but did you ever feel intimidated?
With Abhay, not so much, because Abhay has a very like approachable vibe, and Abhay still is a friend. Like I can still call him anytime, and even if we've not spoken for months, it would not make any difference. We would still like. Kajol, obviously, I was intimidated because I mean, I'm a 90s kid. Exactly, I'm a 90s kid. She was the reigning queen of the 90s, and it was really hard for me to break away from the fact that I was going to play her daughter, like just be a co-actor. But she has such an infectious energy. You have no choice but to give into it, and that's so amazing because it was easy. To get on set, I was really nervous, but the minute I was on set, it vanished literally like magic. With Irrfan sir, I was very nervous. My first dialogue for like on shoot on my schedule was with him. He was so funny as Shaukat in the film that like my character and his character don't get along, and I couldn't laugh because Tanya is supposed to be angry or like just upset. I just had to have and I couldn't because he's very funny, and it took me a good 10 to 12 days to just like tell myself that I'm his co-actor, I can't be laughing, I can't find this funny. And then once I crossed that bridge, I was okay. But yeah, very intimidating.
Then you got comfortable.
Then I got comfortable.
So now we leave your work life, थोड़ा छोड़ देते हैं उसको. जितना मैं social media पे देखती हूँ, I've seen, you love Bombay as much as Prajakta loves Bombay, and you're a Dadar girl. What do you love the most about Dadar and Bombay?
What I love about Dadar definitely is that Dadar still hasn't left its sense of community, in the sense of like where my grandparents stay in the house that I have grown up in. उस घर के अगल-बगल वाली जो भी shops है, वहाँ के शॉपकीपर सारे generations से वहाँ पे है. So like if the father knows my mother, son will know me, or like the daughter will know. Like there are generational friendships there, and that still exists. And it gets really lively during festivals. It gets really lively during Diwali, especially, which is one of my favorite festivals. Dadar is I feel like it's a heritage place of Mumbai because there is Shivaji Park and like none of that has of course grown in every way. Like there are
change हो गया.
बहुत सब कुछ change हो गया. लेकिन Dadar has still managed to keep its like itself.
It's managed to be
that.
original
Yeah,
still.
it's maintained that for itself.
Especially
And
वो
I-
जो लेन है जहाँ पे flowers मिलते हैं, वो
हाँ,
roses
हाँ,
होते
all
हैं,
of that.
बड़ी-बड़ी lanes होती हैं यहाँ पे.
Dadar Flower Market, everything is still intact, and these are all like from many years ago, and they still exist. And so yeah, so I think Dadar has maintained its identity, I would say.
Like a short thing I'll tell you, I come from Shimla and मुझे ना बॉम्बे भेज दिया था बिकॉज मेरा एक रैंक किसी एग्जाम में अच्छा आया था. कहते कि इसको तो बड़े कॉलेज में भेजो. तो शिमला तो कितनी सी सिटी है, नॉट उसको छोटा नहीं बोल रही हूँ सिटी को, बट बॉम्बे के कंपैरिजन में बहुत छोटी है. एंड आई केम टू बॉम्बे, इट्स सच अ फास्ट सिटी. हम शिमला में 7 बजे आपको रोड पे भी कोई नहीं दिखेगा, और हम बॉम्बे में यहाँ पे 12 बज रहे हैं, लोग घूम रहे हैं वहाँ पे. विद इन अ मंथ आई वाज लाइक आई लव बॉम्बे.
I mean, I've traveled enough. I've not lived in any other city, but I have felt the safest in Bombay.
I agree, completely agree. I want to know your takes on cinema. So I'll ask you 2 pointed questions. How important do you think is gender gap in India cinemas? And do you think filmmakers should make it better? Gender gap को कम करना चाहिए उनको थोड़ा.
Definitely. I feel like it is so important to just have the presence of a lot of women on set. That just big to begin with. I feel like a lot of stories that are women led should be written by women. And I'm saying this from personal experience that when Little Things was written, I feel like Dhruv is one of the most feminist people I've met in my life. But having said that, and he's a fantastic writer, I'm a fan, he knows that, everybody knows that. But when we did the 3rd season of Little Things, he had a writer's room, and that had girls, and it made such a difference. But I'm saying that it just makes a lot of difference just in the understanding of the sensibilities and the change in perception. Having girls in the writer's room, like I could tell that there was, and I have been saying Dhruv is a fantastic writer, but even he agrees, and it just makes a lot of difference. So there is that. There's another, I was again privileged to work on a set which was run by Renuka Shani, which was run by women, like a story about women. In fact, to have played a character like Masha, who's actually very far away from me, the choices that she makes in her life, I would never make them. As fickle as we are these days, we also end up judging कि ऐसे कैसे कर लिया, मतलब modern day girl है ये वो. Like I always say that being an actor helps you empathize a lot more, because you are able to walk in someone else's shoes. There must be something that must have driven them to make that decision. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but at least you can empathize and not judge.
और आप समझ पाते हो कि मतलब कल को अगर ये एक्चुअली रियलिटी में आपके साथ हो जाए, कोई ऐसा बंदा आपके साथ कर दे, तो आप समझ पाओगे यार अच्छा.
हाँ.
आप और आगे सोच पाओगे rather than just reacting इससे मेरे साथ ऐसे कैसे करते हैं.
Yeah, because like even for Masha, the character I played in Trivang, her mother is a little eccentric and has had many relationships, and so which is why, having grown up in that environment, she wanted stability, and for her getting married into a traditional family was stability. You know that ये कहीं नहीं जा रहा, ये है. And that made her feel comfortable and safe. So yeah, so I think it's to come back to your question, it is important to reduce the gender gap. It is important to have a lot more women on set wearing the thinking hats. I'm very privileged and proud to say that I have had female producers, female directors, of course co-actors and writers that I have been able to work with, and the women that I have been able to give a voice to are also special.
So my second question would be, do you feel the era of heroine who needs to be rescued, मुझे बचाओ, अरे, do you think it's over? And do you think this portrayal of stereotypical good wife, good girlfriend in films about us in the society is okay?
I mean, that's changed. I feel like the heroines you're talking about belong to a certain era of the cinema that we made, and I think that is definitely changing. So if your question is, has it gone completely, then I know it hasn't. But we are very much there, where we are not playing damsels in distress anymore. We are not playing voicing characters that need to be saved all the time. In fact, I want to mention this while you ask me this. I did a Telugu film last year, and I waited a lot for the right opportunity, and the reason this felt like the right opportunity was because in that film I was not playing a damsel. I had my own opinions, and there was there were some crazy choices in love that I have made as the character, but they were my choices.
And I think the reason why Little Things was loved, obviously because of the story and because of the chemistry that was there. But I think it was also loved because Kavya was this person who was, यार
Her own person.
हाँ, ध्रुव मुझे ये पसंद नहीं है या ध्रुव मुझे ये पसंद है. She was not अच्छा आप जो बोलोगे वो कर लेंगे. And with that we end up our question answer session and we'll play some fun games now. Okay,
Kuch
so
to aaya.
now it's not over yet.
Oh, it's not.
You have to recreate Gen Z poses with me now. This is cutely.
Isn't this cuter?
This is, oh my god, what have I done? This. One.
My skirt, my top, my earrings, and my shoes.
Fit check. Last one is with a phone, but you don't show your face. So it's right in front of the face.
ये Gen Z क्या हुआ?
High five.
दो millennials
लेके आए हैं.
1, 2, 3, yeah.
So we move on to our last segment, rapid fire. One stereotype about celebs that's true.
That will take time to get ready. Yes, we do. I do.
Mithila will tell her about her relationship whenever you get into one because you've said you're single. You will make it official when.
I feel the time is right.
What's your stance on nepotism? Do you wish you were launched like one of the star kids?
Stance on nepotism is that there is privilege and then there is no privilege. And if you're privileged, you get opportunities. If you don't come with that sense of privilege, you find your opportunities.
What is that one thing you cannot tolerate about the following? Prajakta Kohli.
Cannot tolerate. तो कुछ नहीं है.
Wife है वो आपकी?
Just the fact that she lives very far away. Long distance,
relationships. Dhruv Sehgal.
It's not that I couldn't tolerate. There was a day when he took 36 takes for one dialogue. So it was like, okay, we'll get through this. Okay, no problem. It was just a funny story I wanted to mention.
I can agree to that because intro में मैंने भी उतना ही time लिया है. A co-star you'd say yes to work in a heartbeat. Abhay Deol or Irrfan Khan?
Abhay, because Imran is not working. Imran is also a very dear friend.
One lie and one truth about you, but don't disclose what's that. Just leave the audience guessing.
One is that I'm actually a Punekar, not a Mumbaikar. And one is that I had a very hard time growing my hair long.
I think even I can't guess it. I was thinking I'll take a guess, but
You can't guess this?
I can't guess it. ये second वाला काफी relatable हो गया ना. तो वो फिर lie और truth पे पता नहीं लग रहा है. But please guess in our comments and let us know what do you think. Mithila as a girlfriend would be.
The best! Amazing!
Meanwhile, boys.
What is this supposed to mean? I don't know.
That's all. And I think you aced the entire question answer and the game segment beautifully. We have a small gift for you from the iDiva team.
Thank you!
We want to see what it is.
Hey, who told you guys that I wanted to read a lot more? Thank you.
That's all for today with Mithila. And guys, please stay tuned for our next episodes. We have an amazing lineup. And like, share and subscribe to iDiva.